Hey everyone, welcome to our video today that we're going to be doing on Chainlink. Going to be taking a look at a few things here. So hopefully you all can see my screen now, and we are going to take a look at a few things. We've been talking here on the Discord this morning. I want to take a look from a wider perspective, and I kind of want to zoom in on this and take a closer look. Of course, we've been taking a look at this from September of 2019. Where we saw our bottom here, and then we saw our top on October 24th, about the same time that Bitcoin made a pretty massive move to the upside. Chainlink made a massive move to the downside. This is when Bitcoin went from about 7,300 up to, I think it was like 10,800 or something like that. Nonetheless, we had a nice massive correction down to the downside as Bitcoin made its move. And then, of course, as Bitcoin rolled over, you can see that Chainlink sort of kind of curled in the opposite direction. So I would say there is a negative correlation between Chainlink and Bitcoin. So that is also something that's very, very interesting. And actually, if you took a look from here, starting at the top of the fifth here, and you compared Bitcoin to Chainlink, as Chainlink made a massive move down, Bitcoin made a massive move up, and then Chainlink was curling up and Bitcoin was curling down. All right, so then, we have this move here where Chainlink was further correcting, and then now Chainlink was moving up while Bitcoin was also moving down. So right now on Chainlink, this does look like we are getting close to a local top here based on what I can see. I'm going to drill down here in just a moment and just kind of show you some of the support and resistance levels that I'm paying attention to. But further, let's take a look at downside targets here. So one thing that I do want to point out, which is very interesting, is from this top up here, we see we have our first move down, then we have our second wave up, and then our third wave down, and it stops right here at this 100%. So basically the 100% extension, which is basically measuring the length of this first correction projected from that second wave, and I'm putting here this is an A, B, and likely we're putting in the C here, but the question is whether or not this C is actually complete. What I'm not a real big fan of is how fast this A wave came down. So we came down very fast and with a high degree of acceleration, and then slowly curled back up, and we went pretty high. We went so high as to say that we likely were going to be testing our highs and that we were going to be making new highs. Now, of course, that hasn't happened yet. A couple things on the higher time frame that I do want to pay attention to, and I'm going to try and outline this for you here, is that we've got a little bit of a lower high, a higher high, and then another lower high. Now, if this was, a really bad attempt at a head and shoulders pattern, technically we would be coming down here to this level or this level down here. Head and shoulders usually have a history of reverting to where they kind of started, and that would be all the way down here at 24,000 down to potentially 20,000. Not saying that that is where we have to go, because we did have a good test of the 100%, which is one of our high probability targets for a correction. The next one that I'm going to be paying attention to is right down here at about 24,400. Doesn't mean we have to go there. Basically, what I'm saying is what I can see here, and let me move this out of the way. What I can see here is that we are getting close to a top here. The last time we saw an indication that things were, having the same confluence was this level right here where we were hitting our highs. But also it could be argued that we saw it also right here at this level. So it could very well be that we just come down, we do a test of support, and then we see a nice massive move to the upside, which in this case would be, our support level would be right down here at about 29,600, 29,700. And we're going to kind of have to wait and see what happens there. If we can get 3-hour, the 4-hour Stokes all the way down in the closer to the oversold territory, then I would say there's a nice accumulation going on up here. Then we can see a move to the upside. What does that mean for Bitcoin if this is a negative correlation to Bitcoin? So let me zoom in a little bit here and just kind of, poke some fun at some of our support and resistance levels and just kind of map out what we have here as important levels to pay attention to. So let's go ahead and pull out our trend line. This level right here is going to be pretty important. So let's see how far back this goes. This goes back pretty far, actually. So let's just point this out. All right, so this is pretty good. I'm going to change the style of this just a little bit. So we have resistance, then we have support, then we have support, a little bit of resistance, became support, then it was resistance. I wouldn't call this necessarily support because it came down so far, but it was definitely resistance, 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 a front run of support. I mean, we can see it here, more resistance, and it has recently been support. So this level, which technically is at 30,000, but I've got it down at 29,778, 29,800 in that range, just shy of 30,000. Very possible that we do come down here, but what we have to see, and let me zoom in just a little bit more and move down to an hourly time frame on this level, what we have to see, I would really like to see 30,400, 30,500 hold. The hourly is down here, but you can see the 3 hour, the 6 hour, the 2 hour is coming down just as well as the 1 hour is already down here. It's just looking like potentially there is going to be one more move to the upside, maybe after we do have another push down here to the 30,000 level and see if that holds. Potentially one more move to the upside. But I'm a little skeptical of this move just based on the way that the Stokes are shaping up right now. From this move to that move right there, the 382 is, it's right there at 30,000. So very high probability that we do come down here between 29.8 and 3,000. This is almost perfect for a wave. For wave 4 on this. And if I take this all the way back to the beginning, which is down here at the projected low of the C, then also our 382 is sitting right here at 29,880. If we break this level right here, although it's possible we come down to 29,275, we are more likely to come down to 28,700. And then again, that 28,700, let's see here, 28,700, that falls. Let me zoom out a little bit more here. There we go. That 28,700 falls in line with a 382 of this much larger wave. So that is also a level that should be pretty important on this move. If this move down here, if it does happen to come down here, if this fails, if 28,700 fails, very likely we're coming to 26,000. But more likely we're going to come down here to this level, which is going to be at about 24,380 to 23,400. So this level is our first level that I'm paying most attention to. But again, not saying that I'm going to be extremely bearish on this, because we do have levels which are very important for us to hold, and those are going to be levels between 28,700 and, in the short term, 29,800. So those are the levels that I'm paying attention to. And of course, if you have any questions, we are looking to, of course, expand our community of like-minded individuals. If you'd like an invite to our Discord server, feel free to throw in a comment if you have any questions, and also throw in a comment for invites to our Discord server. And again, of course, like, subscribe, share, enable alerts in YouTube for real-time updates. And wherever you are in the world, hopefully you're having a fantastic day.